Blessings, blessings, blessings. Happy Wednesday, friends. I pray that you all are well. I just got a message and I wanted to share it with you all. Do not allow people to talk you out of your truth. And what I mean by this is, do not. People may have expectations about how this world works, right? They have ideas about what you must do in order to have what you want, right? What you have to tolerate, how hard you have to work. All these man-made rules and ideas about how this world works, right? However, if you know within yourself, if you have this knowing that you know is true for you, do not let that truth go, okay? One thing I have learned on my journey is that rules that apply to me may not apply to other people. I remember growing up and being a little younger, and I would tell people, sorry, I was just eating a parfait. I would tell people, don't follow me, right? Because the way I live and the things I do, I'm actually protected to do these things. I didn't even understand what the heck I was talking about, right? Like, I didn't fully grasp what I was saying, but I had this knowing, right? There's some rules that appear to apply to me, but not to appears to apply to other people, but not to me. And there are rules that appear to apply to me, but not to other people, right? Like, I feel like if I lie or I'm being deceitful or stuff like that, like, what I go through as a result of that choice is wild, right? So I don't even play with spirit like that. I don't even play with consciousness like that. I don't even play those games, right? However, I know people who like live a whole life like not being honest, not living in integrity, but that ain't got nothing to do with me, right? They can do that, right? But I have to follow what I know to be true. I have to stay in alignment with my truth. And the reality is that, each of us are designed the way we're designed, and how we are designed is very important. But as I often say, right, our inner guidance, our inner knowing, know the path for us individually. And that's what we should be following. That's what we should be that's what we should be saying yes to. Something I've been asking myself lately is who says, right? Who says? And I actually heard this back, I feel like years ago when I was in therapy. I'm trying to remember which therapist said it, but one thing she said to me was like, who says? Right? Like, you keep saying you have to do all these things or you have to live this way, but who says? And something I've been asking myself lately is like, who says that life has to be the way it's always been? Who says that this is wrong and that is wrong? Like, where did they get that from? And it's not so much who says, but where did they get that from? Right? Like, I've been questioning the idea of finances. I've been questioning the idea of savings. I've been questioning the idea of like, your family is all you have. Like, I question all these things, right? This idea of like being married, or how you have to conceive children, or the idea of the role of a woman, the idea of the role of a man, right? The idea of gender, right? Sexuality, like all these things I have been just exploring and staying curious about, because I'm wondering, who says? I feel like there's so many rules in this life that were just made up, and it's been carried down from generation to generation. We've made a social contract about it, and then we're expected to follow it. But this version of me, this version of my soul, she ain't make that contract, okay? So she's like, oh, why am I'm not doing it? And it's just so interesting because I have so many deep knowings, right? And the more I live, or the more I experience, the more I realize how my knowing is truth. I see it play out before me. I see it revealed constantly. And so I just want to remind you that you know the truth. The truth is in you. I don't care what anyone else says, how this world works. Trust yourself. Your soul knows the way. It's so funny because this morning too, I realized I got the understanding of we are a soul with a body, right? And like, mind you, I talk about inner guidance. I talk about all these things all the time, and I know these things so deeply. However, sometimes I don't have the correct terminology to express it. And I've learned to give myself grace in that journey. And I know that it will be revealed to me when the time comes, right? When it's a correct time for me to know and express it. And as I think about, like, we are a soul with a body, using these bodies as tools to navigate this realm, right? We are so much more than these bodies that appears to be, at least in the United States, told that we are treated like we're some machines. Like we should just be able to work. Like we're only here to work. We're only here to procreate. We're only here to make money and have generational wealth, right? Even that has been something I've been curious about, because I'm like, wait, I don't have children, right? Like I did not grow up with this traditional family unit. There's so much that the world say is normal, or the world say that's how it is, that I have not personally experienced, right? I only know it because the world keeps telling me about it, but I have not personally experienced it. So this world is so interesting to me. I love life. I love humanity. I love exploring and being curious about, our expansion, our evolution. Because there's so much I'm learning, that there are many truths, but none of it is absolute. Because there's so many potentials, and so many of us is having different experiences, because that is what our soul is here to do. Our soul is here to experience from its unique lens, right? They have these bodies and these personalities, or as a tool to experience from a unique lens. And that's why there's so many potentials, so many possibilities. That's why it seems like so many of us live in different worlds. I live in New York City, and when I see like an unhoused person, or someone who is very heavily connected with drugs or alcohol, right? And I see the worlds that they're a part of. Even their worlds or their communities have rules. They have hierarchy. I've been in the military. There's a whole world inside the military that is parallel to, this regular civilian life. Even in law, right? Like there's all these acronyms and way of speaking and talking. Like all these communities I've been in, the cultures I've been a part of, have different rules and ways they operate, and different beliefs. And it's so intriguing to me, but it's also like there are many truths, there are many possibilities. And the more I become part of different cultures, I'm learning different ways of beings. I'm learning to explore differently. When I visit other countries and I see how their world works, right? Things that we say is so, in other cultures, it's like, what? So I'm saying all this to say with such passion. I'm a Leo, y'all. Sun and moon, okay? I love y'all. Pause. Slow down. Be in the present moment. Start questioning things. Start trusting yourself. Trust your guidance. Trust what you're receiving. Your soul has a body. Your soul has access to a higher mind, right? To the supreme consciousness, right? And so this higher self, and it has access to the possibilities. It has access to the potential. It has access to all that is. And if we can slow down enough to just pause and ask for more guidance, ask for more understanding, connect with all that is, right? Connect to the void of it all. We will realize that there's so many truths, and you get to decide what your truth is, and you get to live in alignment with that. Though I do think our souls have created a blueprint for this experience. However, we still get to choose how we navigate that path. That's the fun of it all. That's why I don't believe we can make wrong choices. Because we can always be navigated back to, alignment, and everything works for our good. Everything is returning us back to supreme, right? Back to the wholeness of all that is. Everything is returning us back to God, back to source, whatever it is. We are all on a journey back home to source. We're all on a journey back to self, right? And in this case, source. We're all heading there, right? Taking different paths, but nonetheless, that's where we're going. And so what that looks like for each of us will be different. And I just want to encourage you to you don't have to take my word for it, right? I'm not asking you to take my word from it. I'm asking you to just pause, slow down, and tune in, pay attention, start being curious, and see for yourself what the truth is. I love y'all all so much. And if you ever need support, I actually have a mini course that is currently pre-launched, but it won't be officially launched until spring. But I am allowing people to access it for $33. It's a 6-module course. It's called Manage the Ego, and it's about awakening to your truth, getting back to your free, getting back into your flow, recognizing that you are not your ego, you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you are so much more. You are a soul having a human experience, okay? And so there's so much more I'm gonna actually add to it, because more awareness is coming to me, but that mini course is a reflection of my awakening journey. Oh baby, and it's been delicious. Okay. It's had its highs and lows. I've experienced all types of things as I awakened to my ego and started to reprogram it myself, right? Because we're all conditioned. We come into this world, we are told what it means to be human, what it looks like. But we get to awaken to the truth that that may not be your truth, right? You may be holding on to other people's beliefs about how this world works, and it is not your burden. It is not for you to carry. You get to release all that isn't for you and focus on what is true for you, and you will always know the way, because this vehicle you are in, it provides you with information that your soul then interprets for you to understand. And move forward with. So more to come, but I just really felt the need to tell you, like, hold on to your truths. Just because the world say that things have to work a certain way, that does not have to be the truth for you. When I was in law school and I was preparing for the bar, everybody was saying how miserable it was going to be, how awful it was going to be. And baby, I had the time of my life. I enjoyed myself so much. So don't let people tell you what your story is, right? You may be someone looking for a certain type of relationship and people be like, that's unreasonable. Don't listen to them. If it feels like truth for you, then that is it. It does not matter what anyone else say. It doesn't matter how they say it has to look. There's so many possibilities, and you can be that 1 in a trillion, baby. Don't let anyone take away your vision. It is yours. Keep feeding it, keep focusing on it, and allow it to manifest. Ashe, ashe. I love y'all. I'll speak to y'all all soon. I'm out of here.